Raheela, how did all of this mobilise online?
Well, much of it actually started online, Kamal. News of the protest spread so fast on social media, with new meeting points popping up days before it actually started. And online, people are using the hashtag Yellow Vests and 17 November in French. Now, the Yellow Vests movements come from a high-visibility jacket worn by the motorists in the country. It has no identified leader or political affiliation. And this Facebook page triggered those demonstrations with almost 25,000 followers. People are angry at the rising cost of diesel and petrol across the country. Now, we heard from one man at the protest.
Bonjour, ce message s'adresse suite à une demande donc.
This message is about the events that are happening today. The Yellow Vest is a movement by the citizens that started as a protest against the rise of the price of oil. And at the end, it extended to broader issues because of the politics of Macron. That is not what he promised back then and what is done today. The people have had enough.
And online, many are sharing footage of what is currently taking place on the ground. And in some cases, it has turned violent. This clip shared by a local news outlet shows a man driving into a police officer before being stopped and pulled out of his vehicle. And critics say that the rising fuel prices affect workers who depend on cars to travel for their jobs, in particular to the countryside. Pierre says 1% of the wealthiest have seen their purchasing power increase and the poorest have seen them drop. The dispute has sparked a rift between the so-called city elite and also the rural poor in France, where Emmanuel Macron has been called the president of the rich because of his tax breaks for business. Now, pictures like these are getting a lot of attention right now. Macron, as you can see there, saying, "Get out of here," and others sharing pictures of how the roads have just been brought to a standstill because of the traffic. And politicians are also getting involved. The far-right leader Marine Le Pen has been encouraging the movement on Twitter. She says the government shouldn't be afraid of French people who come to express their revolt and do it in a peaceful fashion.
I'm calling for a higher turnout, for a larger participation of the people. I've asked my voters, the members of my party, all my supporters to take part in this protest.
Well, if you are currently in France, we do want to hear from you. Keep sending us your pictures or your videos if you are currently at those protests. Use the hashtag AJ Newsgrid.